Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Good morning, everyone!
Morning!
Good morning to all of our friends here. Let me greet Martha. Magandang umaga, Martha. And to Pebbles. Magandang umaga, Pebbles. Actually, alam niyo po, when I was young, my nickname was Bam Bam, not just Bam. That's why Pebbles and I make a good partnership. If you get the joke, you're old. Okay? Yung mga sa likod, di mo sila tumawa. Hindi nila alam yung ibig sabihin. No? Dito lang po sa harap yung tumawa. No? Let me congratulate, of course, GCash for this Innovation Summit and to all the partners here. Sa lahat ng mga estudyanteng nandito, nasaan ang estudyanteng Pilipino? Nandito ba kayo? Magandang umaga po. Alam niyo po, these days, I had three committees. The Committee on Education, the Committee on Science and Technology, and now my new committee, the Committee on Trade, Industry, and Entrepreneurship. And it seems the intersection of those three committees is right here in this Innovation Summit. Innovation, technology, and of course business. Let me begin by sharing with you a conversation I had during my fellowship in the US in 2023. I was very lucky to have that fellowship. It was at Yale University. I was part of the World Fellows of the Yale University. And there were 16 in our cohort. We came from different areas of the world. We came from different professions. Two of us were lawmakers. And there were others who were in renewable energy, in business, in development work, in social development work, and we had one technologist. And in that fellowship, we all had a project to do. And the technologist, his project was AI-powered policy making. Okay? And he talked about how if you use AI and you can really look at data with a hard, objective look, you'll take out all the biases, you'll take out the corruption, you'll take out all the inefficiencies. And his main point was, we should replace all the lawmakers with AI. Okay? And of course, dalawa ho kaming lawmaker doon. Of course, we weren't just alluded to, we were referenced, no? And my other colleague, who was a lawmaker from Africa, she said, "Are you kidding me? AI in government and policy making? That's dangerous." And my co-fellow technologist said, "You think it's dangerous? Have you seen humans?" Now what's the point? The point is, for all of us here in business, in education, in our schools, and in government, the future is here. It's not tomorrow. It's right here. And today, the keynote speakers, the conversations you will have, the speeches that will be presented, the products that will be presented to you, it's no longer science fiction. It's here today. Nandito na po ito ngayon. At kung hindi pa natin ito gagamitin, sinasayang po natin ang lahat ng posibleng magandang magawa para sa ating bayan. I remember what one of my mentors in governance said, Secretary Jesse Robredo. He would always say, ang mga leader, ang mga pinuno, dapat, alam niyo ba? Dapat matino at mahusay. Matino at mahusay. In English, one who shows character and one who shows competence. Matino, no, character. Malinaw po sa atin yan. Our leaders need to be there for the people that they serve. They can't be there for themselves. Leaders who are there to enrich themselves, to gain fame, power, or resources are not the leaders that we want. That's pretty clear. Matino. The second one is interesting. Mahusay. Filipinos these days don't just need people with good intentions. They need leaders who can deliver. Who will deliver on promises, who have a vision for our country, and who can make that vision a reality. But when you talk about competence, pagiging mahusay sa panahon ngayon, you have to talk about innovation and technology. My position is, you cannot be a competent leader, a competent business, or a competent government if you don't utilize the tools that are already available right now. I don't think lawmakers will be replaced by AI yet. Hindi pa po yan mangyayari. But all of us, we all have at our fingertips the tools to be able to get the best data, to get data that is unbiased, to help us in our policy making, to ensure that everyone we are helping are truly the people that need the help and support. Kayo pa lang po, I'm saying kayo meaning GCash, all the data that GCash has on what Filipinos spend on how Filipino families spend the money that they desperately need to raise. That data is so important in policy making. That data is so important in crafting a policy framework that can truly uplift Filipinos' lives. You represent the market. No? For years, I was working in social enterprise, so Romy is here. We've been working on so many social development work, social enterprise projects. I even worked with microfinance institutions for more than 5 years. And one of our goals was to get the unbanked banked, to push for financial literacy, to get our countrymen who are largely unbanked on a formal financial platform. We weren't able to do it. Government wasn't able to do it. GCash was able to do it in record time. Technology, science, innovation, nandyan na po yan. Kung tatalikuran po natin yan, yan po, di na lang po yan katangahan. Pagiging criminal lang po yan. Because we don't want to face out the tools that will utilize the Philippines' resources to the best of our ability. Last year, at the Manila Tech Summit, I talked about the Cadena Act, also known as Blockchain, the Budget Bill. What is this initiative? This initiative puts the people's money on blockchain in an interoperable, tamper-resistant, and open-source fashion, wherein every single Filipino will be able to tell where their hard-earned money goes. Ito po, binring na po namin nung kasagsagan ng flood control issue, ng flood control scandal, nung alam po natin na bilyong-bilyong piso yung nawala sa kaban ng bayan. Bilyong-bilyong piso na hindi po galing sa wala, yan po galing sa sarili niyong bulsa. Dahil yan po mula sa buwis na binabayaran natin kada buwan. Nawala po yung perang yan, na bulsa lang, and it took exposés, hearings, scandals, just to find out a glimpse of where this money went. But if we're able to put the budget on blockchain, to make it open to the Filipino public, to put it in a way that's tamper-resistant, interoperable, and open to all of the different technology groups to create APIs to connect to the budget of the Filipino people, it won't only be one of the best tools for policy making, it will be one of our best weapons against corruption. Ano po ang status nito? In the Senate, we passed this in record time. In Congress, hindi pa rin po ito pinapasa. And I call on everyone here, it's been 1 year since we talked about the Cadena Act. Let's make a second push. Ipasa po natin ang batas na to. Magkaalaman na kung saan pupunta ang pera ng bayan. Can I ask for your support for this bill? This is just one initiative, one simple initiative which won't cost. So ang fake news po sa amin is that this will cost 355 billion pesos. I know that you here, many of you know about the bill, many of you supported us, you know it won't cost 355 billion pesos. But right now, that's the news going around in Congress, why they don't want to pass this bill. We also know that's not true. In fact, there are a number of groups and consortium that have banded together from the private sector and have said they want to do this for free, to put together the system for free for the government and for the Filipino people. So tulungan niyo po ako to pass this bill this year so that the people's money can finally be seen by the people. Yung pera ng bayan, malaman mo natin saan pupunta. Hindi lang po ito simpleng budget. Pati rin po anong mga proyekto, sinong mga kontraktor, hanggang sa presyo ng semento, mahalagang malaman mo natin kung saan napupunta yung pera ng bayan. And again, let me repeat, hindi po ito pera ng gobyerno. Pera po ninyo ito. This is your money, this is taxpayers' money, and we need to know where this money goes. So please help me with this bill. Ito po, one simple example of using innovation in government. And the over 200 individuals and organizations who helped us put together this bill, isa lang po yung kanilang sinasabi. Senator Bam, hindi na bago yung hinahanap ninyo. What you're looking for, the technology you're looking for, is not new. It's been there for years. And many of you here know that. It's just never been applied to governance in this way. So help me po, tulungan niyo po ako to pass this bill and to utilize more innovation and technology in our governance. Because the future of leadership is not just being tech and AI enabled or empowered. The future of our country, the way we will leapfrog a lot of the problems we experience today, our problems in education, which is terribly heartbreaking. Kung ano po yung sitwasyon ng edukasyon sa ating bansa ngayon. The mobility of our countrymen, how difficult it is to get from one place to the other, especially here in Metro Manila. Our concerns with health, financial literacy, or over-indebtedness of our countrymen. A lot of these issues and problems can be solved or can be furthered through the right usage of technology and innovation. And I know everyone here, the Filipinos who are here, our foreign partners who are here, the government partners who are here, we all need to come together for this purpose. So I hope ito pong Innovation Summit, sa dulo po nito, I'm always talking with our friends in GCash. I hope that the output of this summit won't just be to further your companies. I'm sure there will be one or two really important nuggets of wisdom that can come out to help further and support our country. Yun po yung hinahanap po natin. And I think when it comes to that, we are all in this together. Correct? Are we all in this together? Yes! Huwag po tayong mawalan ng pag-asa, huwag po tayong mawalan ng lakas ng loob. Yung nais po natin na makita na bansa, kaya po natin maabot yan. Kaya po natin yan. Ang mahalaga lang, kakasama tayo at gumagamit tayo ng tamang innovation, technology, and science. Today po, people were saying, Senator Bam, buti naman may oras kayo today. Sa totoo lang po, this is such a refreshing day for me. One, because wala akong robe. Lately, puro robe na lang po yung suot ko. But secondly, I know that this group, it's a group of people who have dreams for this country. It's a group of people who have not given up on our country. It's a group of people who know that we still have that opportunity to reach the height that we know in our hearts we can reach. GCash, nagugulungan po kami ni Martha. It's probably one of the few shining lights in our economy. And everyone's looking forward to the IPO. Sabi kay Martha, this is probably one of the biggest IPO in the Philippines. Sabi niya, in the region. Sabi niya, totoo naman. And all of the success of GCash and the partners here, huwag niyo lang pong kakalimutan na ang GCash was made here, was hatched here, was nurtured here, and even though I know it's already transnational and all over the world, that yung puso mo ng Pilipinas, alam ko, nasa puso pa rin ng GCash. No? So, habang lumalaki, lumalago, gumagaling, gumaganda ang trabaho mo dito, I hope huwag kakalimutan all of the applications, all of the learnings, and all of the things that you're doing, not just for your businesses, but also for our country. Earlier, I won't spoil it, no spoilers for today, but we're cooking something up. something with the tech sector which will support our local farmers, our Filipino MSMEs, something that can really support our countrymen who need the support the most. No? To be able to access support and funds for our countrymen who need the support the most. And the way I see it, it can't happen without technology. And right now, no, the way I see it, it has to happen also with our friends from GCash. So maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Buhay po ang Pilipinas.
Thanks so much, Senator Bam